Welcome along. It's the first of our double headers today in Group H in the 2022 AFC Champions League. Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors taking on Hoang and Lai from Vietnam from the Thong Nhat Stadium here in Hanoi. Both these sides have played 2 games already. 4 points on the board for Jeonbuk so far. They beat Yokohama in their last game by a single goal, while just a point so far for HAGL, a 1-1 draw with Sydney last time out, having lost the opening game to Yokohama. It is Yokohama that are in charge of the group at the moment. They lead by a point from Jeonbuk lead the group at the moment by a point from Yokohama. Sydney on 2, HAGL at the bottom at the moment with 1, but still very early days in the group. We'll be halfway through the group stage games after today's matches, so it'll be interesting to see how this one pans out. The Vietnamese, of course, very well supported here, as they have been right the way through. 31 degrees the temperature today, 63% the humidity. And we just await the arrival of the 2 teams. We'll give you the team news very shortly as well. Jeonbuk have made quite a few changes today. They'll be in the green. Hoang are in the white today. Good atmosphere in the stadium. They were for the last time that these teams played here. This is the home for this group. So a double header. We will have Sydney FC against Yokohama Marinos a little bit later on. Lee Bum-Soo there is the Jeonbuk goalkeeper. Reminder, it is just the top team in the group that go through. 3 of the best second place sides will go through to make up the 8 teams from this section. So a win for Jeonbuk would mean rather that they can't be knocked off top spot for today at least. These are the back-to-back fixtures as well. These sides will meet again in 3 days' time. So a good chance to have a look at your opponents. Tuan Lin there, the goalkeeper for Hoang. The Vietnamese have given a pretty good account of themselves so far. Probably didn't feel that they got the result they deserved against Yokohama. They got back into the game before half-time, but ended up losing by 2-1. So they battled out a 1-1 draw with Sydney FC the last time they played. Vu Van Tan with an equaliser on in the 26th minute. It's an interesting group, this one. There's not much to choose between the 2 sides. Hoang are still looking for their first win in the league this season. They've only played 4 games in the VIE League so far, 3 draws and a defeat. So they are on a run of, if you include their first 2 games here, of 6 games without a win at the moment. They'll be keen to arrest that and try and get the first win under their belts. But of course they are up against the 2-time AFC Champions League winners. It's a very good crowd in here as well. The drummers have already been getting the beat going. Players were treated to a musical accompaniment while they were warming up. And that familiar music will tell you that the 2 teams are on their way, led out by the match officials from the UAE and from Singapore today. There is Bayano back in the starting lineup, big imposing figure. Brandao, another of the foreigners within the Vietnamese ranks. He's from Brazil. Maurizio there as well has been superb at the back. They do play a back three. The Vietnamese, Dong Su, Hu Tan and Maurizio, the three central defenders. The usual formalities just been completed ahead of kickoff. So the other match in the group will be played following this one, Sydney against Yokohama. And by then this group will be at the halfway point, as will most of the western section by later today. But the eastern section rather, the western section have their games coming up a little bit later as they go into match number 5 for them. Here's the team news then. Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors making 5 changes to their starting lineup. Park Jin-seob, Barrow, Bok Young, Moon Hwan and Jing Yu are all the players coming back into the starting lineup today. Barrow will play on the right of that front three. Came on in the last game, the one from Ghana. Adel Al-Nakbi is the referee today from the UAE. Not too many changes. The one change, in fact, for HAGL today, and it is the return of Bayano into that role there of that 4-man midfield. Tuan An will sit just in front of the back three. So it's an exciting lineup for the Vietnamese with a 4 with the 2 up front, Brandao and Van Toon. They'll be looking to try and get themselves some goals today to give them a bit of a boost. They've struggled in front of goal. Just the 2 scored so far. One of those was an own goal from Kida, the Yokohama captain, in their first match. So Vu Van Tan is the only Hoang player that's registered on the score sheet so far. Jeonbuk, who are based in the North Jeolla province of Korea, play their home games at the Jeonjo World Cup Stadium, which you'll probably remember from 2002. And wearing the green that signifies that part of Korea as well. Yet to concede a goal, Jeonbuk Motors so far. And it will be HAGL to get us underway. It will be the Brazilian Bayano that will get things started. The win for HAGL today would drag them very much back into contention in the group. Anything less and they're going to struggle to try and make inroads into Jeonbuk's lead. It would put Jeonbuk Motors with a 6-point advantage over the Vietnamese side with 3 games to play. You can see the importance today for the home team as it is here. Kiatasuk Senyuang, the Thai coach. Just waiting around for the countdown to kick-off, which should come any second now as we approach the top of the hour. So we're underway. HAGL all in white, kicking from right to left in the first half. And straight away a long ball goes out of play, and that will be an early goal kick for Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. ...2016 was the last time that Jeonbuk won the AFC Champions League, having won it first in 2006. They were the first side from East Asia to win the trophy. adding to a long list of Korean successes in this competition, of course. Jung-ho. He's the captain. Jung-ho at the back. So they've defended pretty well, Jeonbuk, so far, giving their goalkeeper plenty of protection. Kim Sang-sik is their coach. Away by Twan Lin. Just too high for Bayano. Away by Jin-sob. Barrow, I think, was just coming back from an offside position then, so didn't really bring himself into play. Jin-soo. Trying to curl that one in around the back. Dong-soo with a timely interception. Jin-sob. Van Toon certainly put himself around in the last match. Van Toon, that's a lovely ball played through as well. It just got caught under the feet. Kiatasa Semuang, so the man who hails from Thailand. Fantastic career as a striker, 18 years he had a professional career for. Jung-ho. Jin-sob. Jae-moon. Moon-won. Barrow. Very good at keeping possession of the ball, Koreans. They're very good technically. Barrow is trying to play that through, but good challenge again by Dong-soo. Away to Van Toon. Free kick to HAGL. They qualified the Vietnamese because they were top of the VIE League when the league was cancelled due to the COVID pandemic back in 2021. So it was going pretty well for them in the league. They'll be disappointed they didn't get to finish that season and try and close out the league title, but their reward was a place in this competition. Barrow. Moon-hwan. Jin-sob. Barrow allows it to run. Hutan will pursue him to the goal line, but it just went out of play. I think it touched the defender last, so Barrow wins the corner. Madhu Barrow, who had a good spell of his career in the UK, played with Swansea, Nottingham Forest, Blackburn, Leeds. 14 goals in 77 appearances for Reading in the EFL for a 3-year spell. Started the first game, Barrow, he came off the bench around about the hour mark in the last game against Yokohama. Mayano back on defensive duty. Referee just stops the obligatory pushing and shoving that always seems to go on these days. As a free header goes wide. It was the captain, Jong-ho, who got his head to it, and he'll feel he should have done better with no challenge from a defender. Rose well. Couldn't hit the target, though. Bayano does well to get around Young Sun, tried to play that into Van Toon. Well defended by Jeonbuk. I played in Japan previously, Jefferson Bayano, before moving to Vietnam. Forward by Maurizio. Here's Hoang. Challenged on the edge of the area. There will be a corner. Nothing more than that. Good challenge by Jong-ho. Just winded, I think. Nguyen Kong Fong. Actually played for the same club in Japan as Jefferson Bayano, Mito Hollyhock. Played for Vietnam in their World Cup qualifiers at the end of March against Oman and Japan. It's his third start, Kong Fong. He's kept a fairly settled lineup so far. Kiata Suksena Hoang hasn't made too many changes to his starting 11. Obviously, the game's coming thick and fast. It's important that you rotate your squad and give the people the rest they need. Easy for the goalkeeper. So the Vietnamese partnered with Feyenoord 3 years ago to develop talent and bring Feyenoord players, young players, over to Vietnam and vice versa, send players over to Holland to get experience over there. Seems to be one of the things a lot of clubs do these days, is strategic partnerships with other clubs in different countries to bring players through and increase the talent pool. Jong-ho. Long ball over the top, it's too far for Moon Hwan. Just lacking that bit of quality on the final ball at the moment. It's been a fairly slow start to the game. There's no real pace to it at the moment. Van Toon has probably been one of the standout players so far for HAGL. He's been at the club all his career, over 150 league appearances now. I think Brandau's had a touch of the ball yet. One of 3 Brazilians in the HAGL lineup. ball over the top again, headed away by Jeonbuk. Here is Brandao. Hoang. Brandao. Much better. Van Toon. Good passing from HAGL. Again, just overhit though for the run of Hoang Doi. Did win the VIE League back in 2003 and 2004. HAGL. It's been a while since they've triumphed. That's why that season in 2021 was so disappointing for them. They won 9 out of their opening 12 games. They were very much in control of the league before the suspension. That's given away cheaply, and a chance here for Jeonbuk. They're queuing up on the edge. Bok Young just plays it through, and a real chance. Good save by Tuan Lin. Well, they almost tried to walk the ball into the net there, Jeonbuk. Jingyu was the player that had the shot eventually, that was pushed wide by the goalkeeper. Played it nicely, just tried to open it up. It just allowed the defenders to get back. Maurizio was the covering defender on the line. Oh, it is a corner. Whole host of players all going in different areas, but the ball is overhit, so it's a disappointing delivery that from the man who had the shot, Jingyu. Talk about HAGL winning the Vietnamese League. Nobody's won the K-League more times than Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. 8 times is a record. They did win their league in 2021. It's a pretty great impressive record as well when you consider they didn't win their first title since 2009. So those 8 titles all condensed within a 14-year period. There's Young Sun. Barrow. Moon Hwan. Chase on for Barrow into the corner, but once again, Hu Tuan gets his body across and just prevents Barrow from any chance of putting a foot on the ball. Kim Sang-sik has Been in charge since December 2020 when he replaced Jose Moraes. Scored twice for the national team in 59 appearances back in his playing days. He was a centre-back with Songnam Ilhwa Chunma and also played for Jeonbuk in his career. There's Van Toon. It's gone out of play on the far side for a throw. Still, we await the first real clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity. Probably that header at the other end from Jong-ho was the nearest we've come so far. Bit of a hold-up here just for an injury to Maurizio. Vietnamese just starting to put a bit of pressure on. Shot goes away from goal. It was a good shot on the run from Phong Doi. Might be a bit of an injury here. I don't know if it's Maurizio that might need to have a little bit of treatment. Kiatasuk Senwang is in charge of Thailand for 3 years as the national coach. It's been a fairly tentative start, just the one shot on target so far from Jeonbuk. So it's important these teams get points on the board. This is a tight group. It looks and it has all the hallmarks of being a close group, with all four teams fairly evenly matched in this particular group. There's not one team that you could say is a bit of a whipping boy, really. As you say, Hoang Van Anli will know that they need to get a win on the board sooner rather than later. They won't want to be reliant on picking up points in their later games. Might be forced into a change. They are going to have to make a change, in fact, Jeonbuk. So a bit of a shoulder injury. The problem looks like it's going to be Iljachenko that's coming on, the man who scored the only goal of the game in the last match from the penalty spot. So he comes on to replace Min-kyu, who's the player that's been taken away on the stretcher on the far side with a shoulder problem. Bokyung. Challenged by Brandao. It's a fair challenge, said the referee. Flicked inside by Jingyu. Jeonbuk trying to spread the play and utilise the whole width of the pitch. Jae-moon. Jong-ho. Jin-soo. First touch for the substitutes, Iljichenko, who's just come on, the German player who started his career in the lower leagues in Germany. Had started both the early match, or the first two matches, Stanislav Iljichenko. Chested off by Bayano, looking for Brandao. Will make a little bit of ground down this near side. HAGL. Bayano. Barrow can't quite keep the ball in play. 12 times Korean sides have lifted the AFC Champions League, more than any other country. Japan and next on that list with 7. The only break in the top 3 from the eastern section is Saudi Arabia, who obviously Al Hilal have won the record 4 times, current defending champions. Jeonbuk were also runners-up in 2011. They had a great run to the final, beating Tianjin Cheda, Cerezo Osaka, Al Ittihad in the semi-finals. They lost out to Al Sadd, though, on penalties after a 2-2 draw in that final. Back in 2011, they made up for it with a win over Al Ain in 2016. And there's the man who went off, Min-kyu. Twan Lin looks long towards Bayano. Foul by the Brazilian. Another injury here. Barrow, can he produce a decent cross this time? He does get it in towards Iljichenko, who just lost his footing. Back on his feet quickly, Iljichenko takes a tumble in the penalty area. That's gone for a corner. Good defending by HAGL just to stifle that attack. But they have got a corner to defend here now. Barrow making the defenders work, trying to create some space in the centre. That comes off Twan Lin, and I'm not too sure that's where he meant it to go, but he got enough on it to send it away for a corner. So Iljichenko did score the goal in the last match. Baiano hanging on, literally, to Hoang. A proper wrestling match going on inside the penalty area. I'm sure the referee will have to have a word. Young-sun spins away. Blocked by Baiano. Jeonbuk have proved that they are a difficult side to beat. 4 wins in 9 games in the early stages of the K-League so far. They have lost 3 this season, but unbeaten so far here in Vietnam. They'd won their last 3 in a row coming into this competition, so they picked up a little bit of form back home in the K-League. They're currently 4th in the table over there. Because the Korean side got to the final last year, Hoang Steelers, before they were beaten 2-0 by Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. Still goalless here then, approaching the 28-minute mark. On by Van Toon. Couldn't pick out a white shirt in the middle. That's well defended by Maurizio, but he's out of position now. Iljachenko through that channel, allowed to run. Here comes Barrow. Gets there just before the goalkeeper, but Tuan Lin's presence, I think, just did enough to rush the shot from Barrow. I think Kim Sang-sik's claiming that it should have been a penalty because the goalkeeper came out, went straight through Barrow, who had managed to get the shot in. And where was the contact from the goalkeeper? He had got the shot, Barrow. There was certainly contact from Tuan Lin. The referee opted not to give the penalty, so Kim Sang-sik, I think, was appealing for the penalty on the sidelines. Barrow's back on his feet. Scored a hat-trick for Jeonbuk last season against Tampines Rovers, a 9-0 win against the Singapore side in the group stages last year. He scored 6 goals in total, yet to get off the mark in this season's Champions League campaign. Good play by Moon Hoang. So that's going to be brought back for a foul on the edge of the area by Brandao. They did well. Moon Hoang stayed on his feet, got away, but Brandao hacked him down. So free kick in a dangerous position, this now. Free kick goes right the way across, misses out everybody again. Van Toon putting pressure on Bum Su, who was outside his penalty area. The Vietnamese are raising the noise in the crowd. They haven't had much to cheer so far in this opening half an hour or so in terms of goal-bound chances for their side. A couple of shots which have gone wayward. It's been Jeonbuk that had the best chance. Jung Ho with a header which was just over the top. Jinsu. Jinsub. Now Moon Hwan. Jung Ho. Jeonbuk is trying to take it quickly. Maurizio was not going to let him do that. He'll be lucky not to get a yellow card, Maurizio, for allowing the quick free kick to be taken. Possibly a slight surprise that Jeonbuk was on the bench today after his performance in the last game, but I suppose with the games, as we say, coming every 3 days, it's a question of just keeping him fresh for games later in the group stage where there might be a little bit more importance riding on them. I don't think there's any question he would have always featured at some point today. That's blocked by Brandao. Youngsun. Jinsub. Jung Ho. Jingyu. Moon Hwan. Barrow. Chance to try and run at the defenders once again. Jingyu. Three waiting in the middle. Jeonbuk taking up a position on the far side of that three. Barrow will whip it in, aim towards Jeonbuk. Good header away. Now there's a break on for Brandao. Trying to find Bayano, but well cut out by Jung Ho, who was very alert to what was going on around him. Moon Hwan. There's Jingyu. Jinsub. And now Bok Young. Founded back in the early 1990s, Jeonbuk Motors under their original name of Wansan Puma. Joined the K-League in '94. They changed their name then to Jeonbuk Buffalo, but were dissolved after just a season. They really came to the fore back in 2002 when Korea Republic announced it was pushing for the World Cup. That bid was launched obviously a few years prior to 2002. That's when they received new investment and have turned into the form they are today. 76% possession for Jeonbuk, but here come HAGL. That's off to Bayano, who he's just allowed it to run across him. I thought he might have tried to swing a boot at that and get a shot in. Bayano. It's challenged by Barrow, but the scream from Bayano that you heard us there. And they just couldn't get the shot in. He's not the quickest on the ground, Bayano. And he looks in some discomfort from that challenge from Barrow, He stabbed the ball away, Barrow. He did go through the man afterwards, but the referee didn't give the foul because he played the ball. I think that's what's called a no-nonsense tackle from Madou Barrow. Here's that break again from Van Toon. It was just a heavy touch in the middle, really, that caused all the problems, and it was pushed too far ahead of Baiano. Hoang, if you'd have had a slightly better touch on that, then that might have turned into something a little bit more, but Baiano couldn't make anything of it, and in the end ended up being fouled. Van Toon hasn't scored a league goal for almost 12 months, a 2-2 draw with Binh Duong in the VIE League. Played 6 matches for Vietnam in the Suzuki Cup before Christmas, so he's a seasoned international, the 26-year-old. Baiano's okay now. Dong Su. Phong Doi. Twisting and turning. Managed to get the crossover, but nobody White able to get in front of the defender. Good header by Dong Su. Brandao. Moon Hwan. Jong Ho under pressure from Van Toon, the two captains going shoulder to shoulder. Jinsu. Good play by Jinsu to win the ball back and try and start things moving again for Jeonbuk. Jinsub. Now Moon Hwan. Rides the tackle from Van Toon. Barrow. No room for the cross. Jinsub had stayed forward, takes a deflection and will go out for the throw to Jeonbuk, looking to finish the half strongly. Moon Hwan. Barrow. Not too much space to be had out in this corner. That was Bok Young trying to thread it through for Barrow once again. Here goes Baiano. Just bounces up over Baiano. Jinsob with a half clearance. Well, that's cleverly done again. They do find space well, the Koreans. There's Jingyu. Lovely ball over the top. Goalkeeper comes. Oh, just had to get a hand on that. Tuan Lin, and it popped outside the area. Jingyu. Bok Young. Barrow just waiting, trying to stay on side. Moon Hwan. Drifted in again, it's Barrow. Hit the shot, but he was falling over while he did it, so there was no real pace on the shot again. Bayano. Van Toon. Kwang Fuang. And a little overlap from Tuan An. It's given away again, though, to Jingyu. Away by Bum Su, the goalkeeper. Kwang Fuang. Couple of minutes to go to half-time then. Still goalless here between Jeonbuk and HAGL. Jeonbuk have dominated possession in this first half. The Vietnamese have managed just one shot on goal so far in the opening 45 minutes, and it's something that they need to improve on. Kiatasuk Senemang will be emphasising that to his team. They did have a couple of opportunities, that one not too long ago when Van Toon broke and it just ran across in front of Bayano. Van Toon. Bayano one way, Brandao the other. Phong Doi. Hu Tuan. Kwang Fuang has just a little bit of a busy spell in middle of the park. Did have a spell in Belgium with St. Troiden earlier in his career. Phong Doi with the throw. Bayano. There's Bayano. 3 minutes added time at the end of the first half. Phong Doi with the ball in. That injury to Min Kyu, the main reason for the 3 minutes to be added on. The man who was substituted with a shoulder problem by Iljachenko in the first half, or earlier in the first half rather. Barrow. Jong Ho. Given away by Jae Moon. Here's Kwang Fuang. Van Toon. Too many defenders back behind the ball. Can they get the shot in now with Brandao right the way across, looking for Bayano, but not out of reach of the goalkeeper. Bumsu gathered cleanly. Well, they'll need to keep the music going in the second half to try and inspire their side to a victory. There's another foul. It's going to be the first yellow card of the half as well for Jeonbuk. Mayano's been in the wars a little bit in this first half. It's him that's been brought down again. Jeonbuk into the book. It's only his second appearance. He started the last game and he's started this one as well. And there goes the whistle for half-time from the UAE referee. Well, a couple of half chances really for Hoang in that first half, but nothing really tangible that they could try and really test Bumsu. It was Jeonbuk that looked the more lively going forward, but again, despite the fact they've had 4 shots, they've only managed a couple on target. And as a result, we await the deadlock to be broken here. A point not really of much use to, certainly, HAGL. It would be more beneficial to Jeonbuk, who sit top of the group. But at half-time here, it's Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors 0, Hoang An GLA 0. Welcome back to the Thong Nhat Stadium here in Vietnam. Jeonbuk Motors have been out on the field for a couple of minutes, just waiting in that little huddle for their opponents to appear, which they're just on the way out now. HAGL. Stadium is in a district in Ho Chi Minh City, the home of Saigon FC and Tan Pho Ho Chi Minh of the VIE League. There was a substitution at half-time. There was one in the first half. Jeonbuk Motors forced to bring in Iljichenko after Min-kyu went off. And it is Young Sun that's gone off for Jeonbuk this time. He's been replaced by Bok Young, who comes on for a third appearance in the group stage. He started one appearance off the bench in the last game against Yokohama. No goals after the first half. It was a half that was very thin on chances. Kim Sang-sik, it was a little bit frustrating for him. His side had the most of the possession. Early corner here for Jeonbuk at the start of the second half. So Iljichenko, the man who came on in that first half, scored the only goal in the last game. That's too far ahead. Jin-so of Jong-ho. Barrow. Dong-soo had a good first half, one of the three centre-backs for HAGL. Free kick given away, a little shirt up by Iljichenko on Maurizio. Bayano. Hu Tuan goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Tuan Lin. So, HAGL, to remind you, still looking for their first win. Tuan An forced to go backwards to Maurizio. Somebody really needs to try and take this game by the scruff of the neck in the second half. It's there for the taking. I think both sides will be disappointed if they don't manage to get the win. Bayano goes down, it'll be a free kick to HAGL. Third appearance in the Champions League group stages for HAGL. 2004 they finished second in their group. It wasn't good enough to get them through to the next stage. 2005 they lost all 6 group games, conceded a lot of goals in that time. Jeonbuk loses out to Van Tan in the corner. That's back to Maurizio. It was a little bit short, the pass. It almost caused him an issue. Forward by Jae Moon. Both sides giving the ball away cheaply at the moment. An awkward one for Jong Ho to deal with, but he dealt with it well. Back to his goalkeeper. Here's Bok Young. Good challenge again by Dong-Soo. Had to get that one right, timed it perfectly. Barrow. Down to walking pace for Jeonbuk. just over the head of Baiano. Run through to Tuan Lin. So I'm sure we'll see changes from HAGL in the second half, just try and freshen things up a bit. It is very hot and humid here today in Ho Chi Minh City. There's Maurizio striding forwards, looking for the runner Van Toon. Barrow. Jeong-ho. Jingyu. Goes back to Jeong-ho. Only scored the one goal in the 2 matches so far. Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors, that was Iljichenko's penalty in the last match. They drew a blank on their opening day with Sydney FC 0-0. Diving header, good save by Tuan Lin. That was a good header from Bok Young. Just shows what happens when you put a ball in with pace. Goalkeeper reacted really well though, Tuan Lin, to make the save. Back in by Jeong-ho. He's acrobatic. Comes to nothing though, tussle going on with Jingyu. Jae Moon. Jeong-ho. So these sides will meet again in 3 days' time. Group will be at the halfway point after today's game. Here's a change about to come for HAGL. Minh Vuong is going to come on. And it's going to be Moon Baiano that's going off. So not to be his day today. Second appearance in the group stages for Tran Minh Vuong. Has played all 4 games in the K-League so far, the V-League so far this season. One as a substitute, Minh Vuong. First change made by Kiatasuk Senamuang. Another chance for Bok Young. I just can't hit the target at the moment. He held his position well there, Bok Young, and again he should at least be hitting the target from that sort of range and area. So Moon Seon Min is going to come on in a moment for Jeonbuk. So Jeonbuk, the man who had the yellow card to his name earlier on in the game, goes off. Might be just precautionary as Seon-min comes on. Seon-min, who had a couple of spells in Sweden with Österlund and Djurgården. So Brandao, again falling over when he hit that, so he was slightly off balance. Moon one. Good header by Maurizio, did get it well there above Iljichenko. He's just tucked inside with the introduction of Iljichenko to snuff out that aerial threat, Maurizio. %75% possession for Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. There's Jin-soo. Blocked by Maurizio. Bok-young. Forced out wide, needed an extra touch, gets it away from Maurizio, just too high for Iljichenko. Seon-min. Jae-moon. Under pressure from Brandao, it's still under pressure from Brandao. Can't keep the ball in play though, it will be a throw in to Jeonbuk. Barrow. Down the line for Jin-soo. Well, Maurizio rather thought he'd won the ball cleanly, but it will be a free kick. Through the player to get the ball, which you can't do, obviously. So a chance for Jeonbuk to cause some problems from a free kick. Set pieces haven't been delivered the best in the game so far. All the players together in a little huddle at the moment. Well defended. That's Van Toon. He's overhit that slightly for Ming Hoang. Just over 5,000 the attendance in the stadium for this one. It'll be a little bit quieter for the second game between Yokohama Marinos and Sydney FC. Here's Van Toon. Shot takes big deflection. The corner to HAGL. Well, they've been patient, those supporters. We're in the 65th minute. Still waiting to see their side have a shot on target. Is this the moment, I wonder, where they can put them under some pressure? This will in swing in towards Bumsu's goal. Poor corner, doesn't miss out the first man. Van Tan plays it back to Phong Doi. Goes all the way across Brandao, knocks it back. Shot from Kong Fuang is blocked. And now they might break away here, Jeonbuk with Sun Min. Phong Doi should just keep that one in play. Barrow goes back to act as a defender. This is much better now from HAGL, who are just starting to step the pace up a little bit now in the latter stages, or as we enter the final quarter of the match. Well, there's a foul on Jong-ho by Kong Fuang, but well, applause from the crowd, applause from the substitutes, and applause from the coach as well, because that was the best spell of pressure we've seen so far from HAGL in the match. Van Toon went for the acrobatic. Ball wouldn't sit down for him, though. In the end, it was the foul that was given away. Whack on the jaw, I think, for Jong-ho, the captain. Spent a couple of seasons in Germany with Augsburg. Hong Jong-ho started his career at Jeju United. Played in 4 of the group games last season, played in the round of 16 and the quarter-finals as well. Lost to their fellow Koreans, Ulsan Hyundai, in this competition last year when they got to the quarter-final stage. Jong-ho, now Barrow. Bok-young. Sun Min. Well defended by Phong Doi. Managed to get the ball away. It's a good cross. It was just pulled back towards the edge, and Jin-Soo with a shot that goes over the top, finding a little bit of space inside the penalty area. Twinlin's clearance finds Brandao. Maurizio. Now Brandao could be in behind. He's got Van Toon in the middle. Good pacey run from Brandao. That's the check back, though. The defender did well. Made sure that there was nowhere for him to go. Ming Vuong. Brandao. What a long ball for Brandao. That'll be kept in by Van Tan. There's going to be a free kick. Foul by Jin Soo. Can they create something from this now? Good time to score a goal inside the final 20 minutes. Bum-Soo just getting a small wall sorted out. It'll be Kong Fuang that will take the free kick. 5 white-shirted HAGL players in a little cluster around the penalty spot. Couple more lurking from deep. Has to miss out the first man, Kong Fuang. Does miss out the first man, but not the goalkeeper. Good punch away by Bum-Soo, who helped it on its way. Still to concede a goal, don't forget, Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors in the competition so far. Brandao trying a little bit of trickery. And a flick over the top towards Sun Min. Half cleared away by Hu Tuan. Jeonbuk trying to turn. Good defending by Maurizio, who was very tight to him. Van Toon. Forward by Van Tan, floated in by Brandao with no real purpose on the shot, though. Can't seem to get a shot in at the moment. Brandao has got the overlap here from Van Tan, driven across, no one attacking it in the middle, and that will go behind for a goal kick. So another chance passes HAGL by. Well, the crowd are doing their level best to keep the atmosphere going as well, but they'll be disappointed with their side's efforts in front of goal so far. Jinsu. Jeonbuk just got the ball caught under his feet. Van Toon manages to wriggle away. Referee played a good advantage there. It was Jinsu that was trying to get the shirt off his back. Managed to wriggle free, and then it does come to nothing. Hoang caught in possession, and then he'll foul Jeonbuk and give away the free kick in his eagerness to try and win the ball back there. Nguyen Hoang. Jinsu. Barrow. Just out of the reach of Jeonbuk. Foul on Hoang. Chance there for HAGL to move the ball forwards. Jeonbuk. Maurizio. Dongsu. Brandao. Ming Vuong. Maurizio. Long way from goal, tries his luck, and well, it's well off target. It's a long way out. Perhaps saying to his teammates, at least I'm prepared to have a shot. First season outside his native Brazil, it's only his 7th game for HAGL. And change, Barrow and Jeonbuk going off, and KOR and Gustavo are the 2 players that are coming on. So fresh legs on for the final quarter of an hour or so for Jeonbuk. First appearance for Gustavo, another Brazilian within the Jeonbuk ranks. KOR made 1 appearance as a sub, came on for the last 3 minutes against Yokohama on match day 2. Jeonbuk. In by Bok Young. Good ball in, Jeonbuk once again. Too many players in front of him, gets the shot in on target. Hoang with his body right behind it. And now a chance to get HAGL moving forward. There are plenty of defenders back behind the ball there. And they needed it as well. Another change. Tuan An goes off. And Luang Juan Trong comes on for HAGL for the, well, the final 10.5 minutes or so. Jeonbuk heading for a second consecutive goalless draw. A second goalless draw in the group stage, having drawn their opening game with Sydney 0-0. Then the lack of goals from both sides will be a little bit of a worry. They've only scored the one in the 2 games so far. That was that penalty against Yokohama. Bit of trouble here for Tuan Lin, the goalkeeper, having made that save a moment or so ago. It's his second season here. He made over 150 appearances for his former club, Tan Quang Ninh. Brandao just getting a few instructions from his coach. Played in Indonesia and Malaysia, as well as Denmark and Brazil, before coming here to Hoang. Tuan Lin's okay, so a little bit of added time to go at the end of the match. Given away, one back though by Trong. The substitute man has just come on. In towards Van Toon. There's Ming Vuong. Now Trong. Try to thread it through for Van Tan. Jin Soo just got the ball caught under his legs. Here's Kong Fuang. Gets the shot away again, and it's straight at Bum Soo. Well, you can see the coach's reaction. Just lacking that little bit of quality in front of goal. Tuan Lin just trying to cover all the options for his side. This will be a long throw from Jin Soo, just too high for Ilchichenko. Bok Young. Jin Soo. Had to be patient today, Jeonbuk. They'll try once again and build out from the back. Ilchichenko. Good defending by Hu Tuan. So it would be a corner. So they haven't really made the most of their corners so far, either team. High ball in towards Jin Soo. Gustavo got the header on it, but more of a looping header than a power header, so it was comfortable for Tuan Lin. Van Tan with a throw. Flicked on by Brandao. Heavy challenge on Van Toon. He quickly gets back to his feet. He did have a look at the referee, thinking he might have got a foul. Brandao trying a reverse ball to Van Toon, but didn't quite come off for him. Jeonbuk's gone down in the penalty area. No foul though. It was a clumsy challenge. Another substitution about to be made. It's Brandao that's down, injured at the moment. Well, this would take HHEL on to 2 points. Jeonbuk would move on to 8 at the top of the group. To 5 at the top of the group, rather. So depending on the other result later, if that were to end a draw, then this group is still very much in the balance with 3 games to go. Brandao goes off and has been replaced by Hoang. Maurizio's header. There's a foul by Jeonbuk on the substitute. The man who's just come on. Yellow card for the German. Vietnamese not happy with the way he jumped into Hoang. So that is his second yellow card, Stanislav Jeonbuk, so he will miss the game against the same opposition in 3 days' time. 2 yellow cards and you get a suspension. Good ball in behind, flags up, it won't count. Referee spotted. I don't know if the flag went up for offside or whether he spotted a push inside the penalty area, but it was one of the best balls into the box we've seen tonight. And the diving header from Hoang just went wide. Well, he was onside. I'm not too sure what the referee has spotted. Tuan Lin to try and get his side moving forward into the final minute. Just a bit of added time to go once again. That's Hoang, the substitute, who is causing a few problems for the defenders at the moment. Hauled down again by Jin-Soo. Gustavo. Good header from Gustavo. It was Seon Min trying to get a foot on the ball. KOR. KOR again. Driven across, Dong Su taking no chances and heading that behind for a corner. A bit more defending to do here for HAJL. 4 minutes added time to come at the end of the 90 minutes. Still 0-0. Can someone find a way through? It goes all the way to the back post, and again it's another chance missed by Iljichenko. Don't think he realised that ball was going to come all the way through to him. So don't forget Sydney FC against Yokohama F. Marinos coming up. That's a heavy touch. Probably sums up the way things have gone today for HAGL. The crowd has still got a smile on their face, even though there's been no goals. The games between, or games involving Jeonbuk Motors have only produced that one goal so far, that Iljichenko penalty in the last match. Jong Ho. Angled in a goal towards Iljichenko. Away by Maurizio. Jinsu. Jingyu. Curled in by Jinsu. Maurizio went up and collided with his own player. Oh my goodness, they've scored right at the end. They've just switched off, and it's the substitute Son Min who gets the goal. Well, the persistence has paid off. It's harsh on HAGL, because this could well be the end of their hopes of making it through to the round of 16. It was an error really for Maurizio and his one of his other defenders who he actually collided with, and they didn't get the ball clear properly. Son Min found space, and it was a tidy finish beyond Tuan Lin. And 3 minutes into added time, there was the moment they didn't get the ball clear, and it sat up beautifully for Son Min. And that is a very, very good finish. Great technique on the volley into the top corner. It's harsh on HAGL, but you just have to focus and concentrate for the full 94, 95 minutes, whatever it is these days. Son Min won't care. He's got the goal that's put his side in front. And they are going to go on to 7 points at the top of the group. HAGL will stay rooted on a point. Well, we've already played the 4 minutes. You can just see Maurizio getting some treatment for that clash of heads with his own player. Was that a foul on the edge of the penalty area on Van Tan? Referee didn't think so. Iljichenko, Maurizio's back on. Tucked out of play, but the full-time whistle is blown. And Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors left it late, but they got the winner in the end. Moon Seon-min with a great finish. 3 minutes into added time, past Tuan Lin. Half chances really for HAGL. Kwang Phong and Van Toon worked really hard throughout the whole match, but they didn't really threaten Bum Su's goal to any great extent. And it's the Koreans, the two-time winners, that are in pole position now in the group. It's Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors 1, Hoang and Jia Lai 0, the full-time score.